The spat between the Prime Minister and Nigel Farage is deepening after Reform laid claim to Labour's mantra of being the party of working people. Today, Sir Keir Starmer hit back, laying into Mr Farage and saying he cannot be trusted. While political correspondent Shihab Khan was at the PM's speech, and he joins us now from Westminster. Shihab, Sir Keir hits back, but he's been accused of panic over the latest polling.
Yeah, the Prime Minister Keir Starmer decided to go on the front foot today and really go after Nigel Farage, in particular the announcements that the Reform leader made earlier this week, in which he announced that there would be an end to the two-child benefit cap if he were to get into government, that the tax threshold before you start paying tax would go up, that there'd be a reinstatement of the winter fuel allowance. And the Prime Minister today described that as fantasy economics. He said that ultimately it would crash the economy. But his decision to go after Nigel Farage in this way has been described to me by a number of Labour MPs as quite odd, simply because Labour have a huge majority and Reform have 5 MPs. But they are ahead in the opinion polls, and they did recently do quite well at the local election. So I asked the Prime Minister why he was focusing so much on the Reform leader. You're attacking Reform UK and Nigel Farage directly today. Is that because you now view Nigel Farage as your biggest threat and biggest opponent?
The Conservative Party has run out of road, and it's very important, therefore, that we say that and identify that. But equally, politics is about choices. And the choice at the moment is between the choice of a Labour government that thinks that stable finances are at the heart of building better lives for working people, or Nigel Farage and Reform.
But the Conservatives, the official opposition, would obviously disagree with that. But there is some logic to that reasoning. At the recent general election, Reform came second in almost 100 constituencies. The vast majority of those were held by Labour. At the recent Runcorn by-election, which was a Labour safe seat, Reform did very well and they won that seat. And with the Tories not cutting through, today the Prime Minister has drawn some pretty strict battle lines. He thinks it's a choice between him and Nigel Farage.
All right, Shihab in Westminster, thank you.